"Get in the car," my sister whispered. "Don't take anything." "Why?" I asked. She only said, "Trust me." We drove off without another word, the engine humming softly as the headlights cut through the night. For a long time, silence filled the space between us. Then she finally murmured, "Look at the window." I turned my head. My breath caught. Flames were climbing up the second floor of the house I had once called home. The curtains I had carefully stitched last winter melted against the glass. Behind the glowing pane, a man's figure stood motionless. No screams, no movement, just watching as we left. It wasn't always like this. Before the fire, before the suffocating quiet, before the truth came crashing down, there had been mornings in the garden, mugs of burnt coffee, and even a toothbrush we shared. Not because we couldn't afford to, but because we never thought it mattered. Back then, he was warmth, charm, tenderness. He had a way of speaking softly while rearranging me from the inside out. I had married out of love. He had married out of control. For a long time, I mistook one for the other. Only my sister, May, ever saw through it. She used to tell me, "You don't sound like yourself anymore. You're quieter, like you're walking on glass and pretending it's grass." I'd laugh it off and say, "That's what love does, it changes you." But it wasn't love that reshaped me. It was gaslighting. It was isolation. It was the kind of bruises that leave no mark, the locked-out accounts, the money that disappeared, the way his eyes lingered on May when he thought I wasn't paying attention. His betrayal never came like a storm. It crept in, slow and rotting, like decay in wood. First it was my phone, constantly misplaced. Then the night my diary vanished and returned with whole pages gone. Then May stopped visiting altogether. When I asked why, she didn't answer. She just stared at me like she no longer recognized me. One evening, I caught him on the couch watching her old videos on our television. He didn't even look guilty when I walked in. He just smirked and said, "Your sister used to be fun." I stayed silent, but something inside me snapped, not like glass shattering, but like a gear breaking off its axle. That night I didn't cry. I didn't rage. I didn't sleep. I planned. For the next 3 weeks, I played the role he expected. Smiling, cooking, nodding in all the right places. Meanwhile, I memorized his habits, his passwords, his secrets. That's when I found it, his burner phone, tucked inside his sock drawer. The texts were worse than affairs. Messages to women, to men, to strangers. But one thread froze my blood. "She'll sign the house over by April. Then it's just an accident. Fire. Gas leak. You'll get your cut." He was planning to kill me. I read the message again and again. Then I carefully put the phone back. The first person I called in months was May. She didn't greet me. She only whispered, "Say when." Our revenge wasn't messy, it was precise. I slipped his burner into my bag, took screenshots, and sent them to May. She had connections, ones I never questioned, because I didn't need to. She forged a trail of purchases, planted calls, fabricated messages. Meanwhile, I quietly drained our joint account into a trust he couldn't touch, and with help from a lawyer he once slept with, who, conveniently, owed May a favor, I had the house title transferred solely into my name. Every move was clean, legal, untouchable. And then we waited for tonight. He believed I was out running errands. He believed the stove leaked gas. He believed the insurance policy he forged under my name would pay out after the accident. But he believed wrong. From the car, I watched flames flare behind the window. He remained inside, still as stone, maybe waiting for the explosion, maybe realizing it would never come. The gas lines had already been cut. No ignition. No payout. Just arson charges. Just prison. And every piece of evidence, from the accelerant can with his fingerprints to the texts about an accident, all pointed back to him. May drove for nearly an hour before she finally broke the silence. "He won't die," she said. I nodded. "That's the point. Death is quick. Prison drags." 3 weeks later, I sat in the back of the courtroom as they shackled him. No tears, no begging, only that infuriating smile he always wore, like he was still in control. But the moment he lifted his gaze and saw May's hand entwined with mine, his grin faltered. Just a crack, but enough. Now, I live quietly under a new name, in a new town. Some nights I still dream of flaming curtains, but fear no longer haunts me. Not fear of him, not fear of silence, not even fear of myself. I will never forgive him. But I do thank him, because he taught me how to vanish. And how to rise.